Hello everybody, and welcome to 5e Forever. My name is Corey. At 5e Forever, we enjoy playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition in its current form, and will continue making content for it even as the rest of the world transitions to Dungeons & Dragons 5.5e in the next few months. In this series, known as Dicey Decisions D&D, we take the power of character creations out of our own hands and put it solely in the hands of the dice. When you were growing up, do you remember having one of those friends whose parents thought that they were the absolute end-all be-all, that they were the smartest kid in the class, when in reality they were really not all that smart but had a bit of a wild side? If that sounds like somebody that you knew growing up, or maybe it was you might be interested in this particular episode. I'm proud to present the third episode in Dicey Decisions D&D, Too Cool for School. If you watched the first two episodes of Dicey Decisions D&D, thank you very much. I appreciate your viewership and hope that you're enjoying this episode. You'll have noticed that I made another couple changes to how these videos are laid out and hope that this is a pretty good format going forward. I realized that this channel is probably not as much about the builds of the characters as talking about the characters themselves. I do all the dice rolling in secret ahead of these episodes, so there's really no reason to belabor the points and try to figure out how the character came to be mechanically, and really spend more time about thinking about how the character lore-wise came to be. So, in that vein, let's just jump into this character. This character at level 1, turns out that they are a wizard, and they are a human named Luisa Astorio. She is a female wizard of abjuration magic, and her background is folk hero with a lawful evil alignment. Her personality traits, ideals, bounds, and flaws, along with her defining event, really paint an interesting picture for this particular character, and I'm really excited to discuss it. Whenever Luisa sets her mind to something, she's going to follow through no matter what gets in her way, and tyrants must not be allowed to oppress the people. As a bond, she has a family and has no idea where they are and hopes to see them again one day, and as a flaw, she has a weakness for the vices of the city, especially hard drink. As a defining event, she broke into a tyrant's castle and stole weapons to arm the people. So we're already getting to see this glimmer of hope in this character, that perhaps they're going to use their lawful evil alignment to maybe get some of the things that they want, but also have some sort of bond to the people. Maybe they view themselves as a Robin Hood type character, or maybe they just found that they're kind of good with sleight of hand early on in life and are able to go unnoticed. Maybe it's that the character flies under the radar a little bit. Maybe they look pretty normal, but they have an extraordinary set of skills. I also kind of see this character coming from a, let's say, upper middle class to upper class background, with parents that were able to send her to an esteemed wizardry school. I see this character going there for the first few levels, and maybe at level 3 noping out of the rest of her formal education process and getting back to the folk hero type of life that she had had maybe before even going to wizarding school. As a wizard, we get certain abilities. They are pretty limited by the standard of other subclasses because wizard is just one of the better classes in the game. We get our spellbook at level 1, and our spellbook contains 6 first level spells that we just have the knowledge of. As we gain levels, we gain access to more spells pertaining to whatever level we are able to achieve. At level 1, we have access to our 6 first level spells. At level 2, we gain 2 additional first level spells, and then at level 3, we gain access to 2 second level spells. As far as proficiencies go, we have no armor proficiency, and we do have several weapon proficiencies, which you can see listed in the sheet. As a human, we have the option in the player's handbook of doing variant human or straight human. I think most people would probably say that variant human is well and truly the better choice, but in this particular case, because I don't really want to get into the idea of choosing feats, because some of the feats are really, really strong and some of the feats are really, really weak, I decided to make the decision this is my decision, not the dice's decision, I know, risky, to just take the +1 in all of the ability scores, because I think that better balances all the other races' abilities for this particular exercise. As a folk hero, we also get proficiency in one set of artisan's tools I rolled on the table and got mason's tools. We also get proficiency in land vehicles such as horses, carriages, things of that nature. As a human, we get proficiency in the common language and one other language of our choice. I found that we are also proficient in the language of the half. As a 3rd level wizard, we also get access, of course, to Arcane Recovery, which allows us to regain some of our spell slots that have been spent during the day. As an Abjuration wizard, we gain the ability to summon a creature which will serve in our stead to give us a little bit of, not temporary hit points, but it's a creature that absorbs some of the blows that come at us and provide a modicum of protection. As far as ability scores go, with wizards, really the only one matters, and that's why I've taken the opportunity to hide the intelligence score. We have some pretty good scores overall, as you can currently see. I rolled a 10 +1 in strength, give us a 0, 15 +1 in dexterity and constitution, as well as wisdom, and a 13 +1, giving us 14, or a +2 in charisma. It wouldn't be Dicey Decisions D&D without having a very poor intelligence. If you've watched the first 2 episodes of Dicey Decisions D&D, you'll have maybe noticed that intelligence has been a bit of a dump stat for the first 2 characters. It hasn't really mattered much because neither the monk nor the druid needed intelligence to function in their core role as a caster or martial character. However, with a wizard, that is of prime importance. And, of course, given the fact that all the other scores generally fall in pretty good order for a wizard, we would roll a 12 for intelligence. 12 +1 from human gives us 13 for a +1 modifier. All in all, we have pretty good saving throws. Everything is positive except for strength sitting at 0, but of course that's pretty average for a wizard. As far as our skills go, we have proficiency in animal handling and arcana, religion and survival. Perhaps not the best ones in the world, but I guess it could be worse. We have decent perception, we have decent insight from our base wisdom modifiers. What can we say? We're a low intelligence wizard, and that's why I think that this character was probably too cool for school. I think that their parents had these vast and great ideals for them, but for whatever reason, it just never clicked. And honestly, I can see this character probably leaving wizarding school and multi-classing into something else. Maybe they take their dexterity and secede from the social environment and become a monk like we had in the first episode, or maybe they take their charisma or wisdom and become a paladin or a cleric, some sort of healer. For whatever reason, I just don't see this character progressing as a wizard past 3rd level. Getting onto the spells, maybe this is something that can redeem our character just a little bit, but as you can probably guess, it's not going to be that way because we ruined all of our luck with the Druid character, where we got Moonbeam and Healing Word and all sorts of other good stuff. As you can see, the 3 cantrips that we got are probably on the middling to lower end. We got Poison Spray, Ray of Frost, and Chill Touch, which means that we lost out on Firebolt, Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation. Our 1st level spells are, again, pretty middling. Illusory Script, Comprehend Languages, Charm Person, Thunderwave, Unseen Servant, Grease, Protection from Good and Evil, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I mean, it could be worse, but we did lose out on Detect Magic, Find Familiar, Magic Missile, Shield, Witch Bolt. I mean, any or all of those would have made a better wizard, but we're here now. In level 2, we got 2 spells. We got Enlarge Reduce and Mirror Image. We could have had Cloud of Daggers, Darkness, invisibility, knock, misty step, see invisibility, shatter, suggestion, or web. Any of those 7 or 8 or 9 choices would have been better than what we got. But we're here. And again, I don't think this character is a wizard after level 3. I think they pursue something altogether. I think that maybe they were forced into this life by their parents and are shunning it. Not really much more to say. We got a wizard. They're not a very good wizard. A wizard is still better than a 4 elements monk. Not nearly as good as the druid we made last week. This is number 2 in the power rankings. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this type of content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any of our exciting episodes to come. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and we'll see you with the next video. Bye for now.